Hi, welcome back to the channel. Thanks so much for coming back. So, if you haven't watched the first video, I do recommend that you go and check that one out where I made the animated start screen for a 90s themed photo booth. Now, after having some reflection, I do think the audio that I put on the front where it says player one tap the screen. So I'll play that. I think we need to change it because I don't think it goes with the theme. So I'll just play this one more time so you can hear what it sounds like. And you'll probably agree with me. We should change either the whole theme, which is a lot of work, which I can do, or simply just change the voice. So I'll play it now so you can hear and see exactly what it sounds like, so that we know kind of what the deal is and how we can go around fixing it. So this is what we've currently got.
Player 1 ready. Tap to begin.
So as you can see, it sounds 90s, but it doesn't really match the theme. So I think we need to come up with a different sort of theme. Maybe like back to school in the 90s or something like that. So we can go through and do that later, but I just wanted to address that because after I watched and edited the video, I thought that needed to be updated. So the next step that I would go through, I want to keep the look and style pretty much the same, but I want to mix it up a bit. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to come down here in Canva and I'm going to duplicate the page. It's always a good idea to have a duplicate of the page anyway, just so you're not messing up the original. So now that I've got that, I'm wanting this to give more instructions. So I'm going to delete the back to the 90s because we don't want it to be exactly the same because otherwise it's quite boring. And I like this animated one here, but I want it to be bigger. So I'm going to pop that right here. And I might change things up a little bit just to be a little bit different. So I might move things more. And then what I also want to do is come up with what the voiceover is going to say. Now, I've really thought about the design. It's kind of like a 90s school book type theme. So again, I'm going to jump into my chat GPT to have a little look and see what I can do on there. So I'll save that as a photo. I've already saved it as a photo. Then I'll go back to my chat GPT. And now that I'm back in my chat GPT, what I'm going to do is I'm going to add that image. So I'm going to upload, go in, grab my image, upload it. Edit. The screen looks like this. Make the voiceover match this screen. And then I'll hit enter. So it's going to read it, come up with some ideas of what it thinks would look good, and then it's going to give me some ideas so that I can match it. Get ready to strike a pose like it's 1995. So let's have a look. So it's thinking that it's the start screen, but I don't want it to know that it's the start screen. And it's probably because it's got the tap to start there. Start screen. This is just before the photos are taken. Provide guests with a fun voiceover to get ready. Let's have a look and see what it comes up with. Obviously, if you're really creative in writing, you can just do this all yourself. I just find that it's easier for me to do this and get really, really cool ideas really quick. Grab your bestie, strike a power pose, and show the camera what 90s cool really looks like. I like that one. This is it. It's your 90s moment of glory. Smile big, strike hard, and show off those frosted tips. I love that one. That's good. Step into the spotlight. The camera's coming at ya in 3, 2, 1. Say totally rad. That's cool. Say Spice Girls and work it, bestie. You've got one shot to slay. This 90s throwback. Oh, I kind of like that. Camera rolling, channel your inner boy band and give us that look. That, I think, is a good first one. So I'm going to use that. Okay, guys, so I've gone and decided that I've changed the voice to Freya. So I'm not going to go over again what I'm doing with ChatGPT because you can kind of understand what I'm doing. But look, these are some of the voices that I've collected and what I'm going to add to the template. So I've got this one. I'll play this now.
Camera's rolling. Channel your inner boy band and give us that look.
So I'll use this one for the virtual attendant, and then the start screen, I'm going to use this audio.
Whoa, you just stepped into a time machine. Welcome back to the 90s. Tap to start your photo adventure. Whoa.
So I've downloaded them and I've added it to Canva and I've added the audio to my template. So you'll see now when I press play.
Whoa, you just stepped into a time machine. Welcome back to the 90s. Tap to start your photo adventure.
Now, when it sounds a bit odd and you can't hear it properly, what I would do is click on one of the audio files and click on the little speaker here and go balance all. And it'll read all the music to make sure it's all balanced. And then it should sound a bit
Whoa,
better.
you just stepped into a time machine. Welcome back to the 90s. Tap to start your photo adventure. Tap to start your photo adventure.
Perfect. So I'm going to drag that in here. And I did say in the previous video that I like to make it 5 seconds and then another 5 seconds to make it longer so there's a period of silence. But I realized it's actually probably better to go double the length of silence. So it goes once and it's not going every 5 seconds because that's quite annoying. So knowing that it goes for 8, I'm going to make my length 2 8s are 16. And then I'm terrible at math. I think it's 24, so we're going to go 24 seconds. Perfect. And then if we play this, let's have a look.
Whoa, you just stepped into a time machine. Welcome back to the 90s. Tap to start your photo adventure.
And now it's just going to play and it's going to be really silent. And then when you put it into your photo booth app of choice, like LumaBooth or whatever you choose to use, you can have it loop. So it'll then loop again at the end of the 24 seconds. It'll do the voice again because you don't want it to constantly be doing the voice or the audio. So I might make the audio a little bit bigger, longer to match the text. Perfect. So we've perfected the start screen. Now back into the one that tells them about the boy band.
Camera's rolling. Channel your inner boy band and give us that look.
So I'm going to pop that in here. And that one goes for 4.7 seconds. So I would match this to go for the same look. So we're going to change this one to 4.7. Perfect. So now the audio pretty much matches the whole clip. So if I play this one, because it doesn't appear...
Camera's rolling.
Here we go.
Channel your inner boy band and give us that look.
So I'm just going to take my headphones off while I'm not listening because they get really, really hot. I'm going to now have to look in my elements band and have a look for a 90s boy band, and we're going to go graphics. It's very similar graphics to what was in the 80s one that I did on Facebook before I set up this channel. Let's have a look and maybe we go with something like this. I don't know. It fits the theme, or do I go photos? Something like this. And then let's remove the background. Perfect. I think something like this. And then let's animate. And can we go a pulse? Pulse is a bit much. Rotate maybe, or wiggle. Wiggle. And then I'm going to adjust the wiggle because I don't want his shirt to come out too much. So what I might do is make him bigger and then push him under. So then when we do this and we go animate, yeah, that's better. Cool. I like that because it gives you kind of, I don't know, something different. So we're going to change like this to give us your, oops. Perfect. So actually I'm going to remove look. We're going to select all this and I'm going to just make it a little bit smaller. So let's go 96. Maybe a bit bigger. So this one, I'm going to add an effect and let's give it a bit of a curve. And then I'm going to ungroup them and then I'm going to move the give us and the boy band. Because we want the boy band to be just above. So we're going to move that. And let's... Anyway, so we've got the give us your boy band. And then we're going to put underneath look. So I'm going to copy the text again. Using my option key, drag it down and change this to look. And then I'm going to add some eyes. Because I just think like googly eyes kind of alike. And then we're going to bring that above. Yeah, I think that's kind of cool. Yeah, that kind of works. Let's have a look at what we've created from the start screen through to the first virtual attendant screen. So we'll play them all through now and see how it looks.
Whoa, you just stepped into a time machine. Welcome back to the 90s. Tap to start your photo adventure.
So we can see now it's going to be quiet for the next iteration, and then we'll see what the virtual attendant looks like after this. And then we can go through and tweak anything if we don't like what we're seeing.
Camera's rolling. Channel your inner boy band and give us that look.
So it cut out a bit there, so I'm going to make this a little bit longer and change this to, let's say, 4.9.
Camera's rolling. Channel your inner boy band and give us that look.
Perfect. So that is exactly what I would want. And then I would go through and add them to my photo booth. So please leave comments down below on what theme you'd like to see after we finish the 90s. Whether we want to do Halloween, Christmas, Valentine's Day, a wedding, all sorts of things. I do have some fun ideas of what we could do. I might do a spinning wheel where we randomly select a theme and we work on that together. But yeah, please leave comments down below and let me know what you would like to see when it comes to creating a look for your photo booth. And I might just create it. So thanks so much for tuning in, and don't forget to like and subscribe and click that bell so you don't miss when I post the next video. Bye guys.
Yeah, I'll tell you what I want, what I really, really want. So tell me what you want, what you really, really want.